Precious one, may the peace of the Lord be with you. We thank the Lord so much for the gift of life and for ushering us into this new day. Our theme for meditation today, as given by the Presbyterian Almanac, is persistence in prayer. Botaya Presbyterian asɔre ɛna yɛkasa afa ho ɛyɛ ɛnwetasoɔ ɛwɔ mpaebɔ mu. Ɛnwetasoɔ ɛwɔ mpaebɔ mu. Na Bible passages are there in Genesis chapter 32 verse 22 to 31, and then 2 Timothy 4 verse 1 to 5, then Luke chapter 18 verse 1 to 8. Beloved in the Lord, prayer is not a ritual. It is a relationship. It is the breath of the soul, the heartbeat of faith, and the lifeline that connects us to the power and presence of God. Through prayer, we bring heaven's reality into earthly situations. Mpaebɔ ɛyɛ wɔ gyidi ne ahoɔden. Ɛyɛ kwan a yɛma Awurade Nyankopɔn ehunu ne yɛkɔ so ɛwɔ yɛabrabɔ mu. Yɛka yɛhia asɛm kyerɛ Awurade. So prayer brings heaven reality into the earthly situation. My dear Christian friend, to persist in prayer means to keep praying, believing, and waiting, even when you feel like giving up. It is said, like Job, I will not let you go unless you bless me. You keep praying, you keep trusting, and you keep believing and waiting. Awurade me ma wo nkɔ sɛ wanhyira me a. Awurade me ma wo nkɔ sɛ wanhyira me a. Understanding prayer. Know for sure that prayer is communication. It is our confession that without God, we can do nothing. Prayer is dependency. It is our confession that without God, we can do nothing. Prayer, beloved in the Lord, is transformation. It changes us before it changes our situation. Prayer changes us before it changes our situation. Ɛsesa yɛ abrabɔ, mpaebɔ ɛsesa yɛ tebea, biribi a yɛfa mu. And prayer is a warfare. It's where battles are fought, victories are won in the spirit before they manifest in the physical. Obi said, if you take care of the spiritual, the physical shall take care of itself. So beloved, if you want to understand what prayer is communication, prayer is dependence, prayer is transformation, prayer is warfare. Persistency prayer, therefore, is not a sign of weak faith. It is a demonstration of strong faith. It means we must trust God enough to keep knocking, keep seeking, and keep asking until heaven responds. As said in Matthew 7:7, ask and it will be given to you. If you keep knocking, obɛkɔ so abɔ pono ni mu, obɛkɔ so ahwehwɛ, obɛkɔ so abisa, ekosi sɛ ɔsoro ɛbɛkasa. For the three readings given to us, Genesis chapter 32, verse 22 to 31. Jacob wrestles with God. Jacob's story is one of inner struggle and divine encounter. On the night before meeting Esau, fear and guilt overwhelmed him. But in that lonely night, by the brook, he wrestled not just with a man, but with God himself. Ɛberɛ a wɔredwane afiri wɔn nua Esau nkyɛn, ɛnam ehu ne bɔne bi a wayɛ nti, Onyame hyiaa no saa anadwo no. This was more than physical wrestling. It was spiritual battle between fear and faith, past and promise, guilt and then grace. It was a spiritual battle. Fear, ehu ne gyidie, his past guilt, and then the promise of God. And went down approach, Jacob refused to let go. He said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. Ɔne Nyame tentam yɛ na adeɛ yɛ akye no. Ɔsɛ Awurade sɛ wanhyira me a menkɔ. Wanhyira me a menkɔ. That moment defined the destiny. God changes his name from Jacob, the deceiver, to Israel, the one who prevails with God. His name became his lifelong testimony. Proved that he had met God and prevailed. Ɛhɔ BBC ɔdɔfoɔ BBC. Eti bra otogo ne na so na bra bomu ne na ɛkae ne sɛ bra wo hyia wo Nyankopɔn. Ɔdɔfoɔ sɛ wo hyia wo Nyankopɔn wɔ mpae bo ma BBC wɔ abrabɔ ne. Why? Beloved, sometimes God allows the wrestling so that the blessing can be born. Do not run from your night of wrestling. Your morning of breakthrough may be closer than you think. Your morning of breakthrough, it may be closer than you think. Iti wanamo ntuoni nemo so oni awurade bompu nimpo a onyame ye won senkyerene. Onyame ye won senkyerene. Now when we read the gospel according to Luke chapter 18, verse 1 to 8, Jesus told this parable to show that men ought to always pray and not to faint. Etwa sɛ agyidifo yɛ bɔ mpaeɛ na ni sɛ yɛtoto yɛ nneɛma ho ase. The widow has no power. He had no position. He had no influence. Only persistence. Okunafuo no woni tumi biara. Oni din nanso so ohunu sɛ me reta so srɛ otemufo na. If I keep on asking, if I keep on going to him day after day, he will be able to do something about it. So she kept coming day after day to an unjust judge who neither feared God nor respected man. Or say, me minsro Nyankopon na me mu onipa biara. Nanso ekwan a oba yi fa so eba me nchen dada ne ha obeha ma adwenente. Be bu atayama no. So if persistence can move an unjust judge, how much more can it move a just and then loving Father? Persistent prayer says, even if God delays, I will still trust. It is faith that refuses to take silence as denial. It is hope that awaits through the night until the dawn breaks. Therefore, your koso boy radem paya a cherisa daya unyankopon bekasa ama mwaye abba ewo ni opese wo ye abrabomo. In Kansemwa, it also means 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1 through 5. Paul, at the end of his life, writes to Timothy with a father's urgency. Preach the word, be prepared in season and out of season, endure hardship. Persistence in ministry, persistent in prayer. They are twin virtues that sustain the servant of God. Prayer is what keeps the minister standing when storms arises. A prayerless minister becomes powerless, but a praying minister remains purposeful, patient, and passionate under every pressure that he goes through. Onyamesomfo biara obɔ mpaeɛ no Awurade ma na ahoɔden sononko. Obi a wɔmmɔ mpaeɛ nso na ahoɔden so pa. Now when we read Hebrews chapter 5 verse 7, it says that during the days of his life on earth, Jesus offered a prayer and petition with loud cries and tears to the one who could save him. Even Jesus, the Son of God, persisted in prayer with cries and tears. In Gethsemane, he prayed 3 times until he was strengthened to face the cross. If the sinless Son of God needed to persist in prayer, how much more do we as human? What is the reward of persistent prayer? Persistency in prayer brings the spiritual transformation and visible breakthroughs. Like Jacob, he received a new name, a new identity, and then a divine favor. Like the widow, he received justice against her adversary. Like Elijah, he prayed 7 times even before the rain came. Like the woman with the issue of blood, he pressed through the crowd until she touched Jesus. Jesus Christ himself persisted in Gethsemane until he received strength from above. So the greatest reward of persistence is not just an answered prayer, but a changed heart. A changed heart. God uses delays not to deny us, but to develop us, to strengthen our faith, refine our motives, and draw us closer to Him. My dear Christian friend, today I want to encourage you, be consistent daily in prayer. Don't wait for feelings, act on faith. Expect delays. God's delays are not denials. Your waiting times are not your wasting times. They are divine preparations. Pray with faith, not frustration. Prayer is not begging, it is believing. It is believing. Pray with faith. Let prayer shape you. Before God changes your circumstance, He often changes your character. My dear Christian friend, I just want to add that when Christians pray, we become powerful. No prayer, no power. Less prayer, less power. Persistency in prayer is the secret of spiritual endurance. Jacob wrestled until he prevailed. The widow pleaded until she was heard. Paul endured until he finished the race. Jesus Christ prayed until he overcame. In the same way, I want to encourage you, don't quit praying because heaven seems silent or night seems long. The dawn of your blessing is near. Your persistence today is the seed of tomorrow's breakthrough. When you persist in prayer, you are saying, Lord, I trust your timing more than my own. You may walk away leaping like Jacob, but you will walk away blessed. It is my prayer today that as you keep praying, you keep believing, you keep waiting, He who promised is faithful. Your midnight wrestling will soon turn into a morning of rejoicing. So rise today with renewed determination. And beloved in the Lord, pray until something happens. It is my heart desire that the Lord will continue to bless you. The Lord who blessed Jacob. The Lord who calls the judge to hear the widow. The Lord who heard Jesus Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane. It is my prayer that as you persist in prayer, you also grant your heart desire. Peace and shalom unto you. I'm your friend and your brother, your pastor, Reverend Emmanuel Omeri, the minister in charge of Emmanuel Congregation Amsterdam, and the district minister for Netherlands, Belgium, in the Euro Presbytery of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. May the Lord continue to keep you and bless you. Amen.